and play on 2nd and 10. That's his youth right there.
Tagovailoa trying to make up for it. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown! Alabama wins!
Hey, I'll be filming my week 4 college football predictions video. So starting with Tulane at Ole Miss. Me being an Ole Miss fan, I will say that this is not a given win for Ole Miss. Tulane has already beaten 2 Power 4 teams. Now they were Northwestern and Duke, who were both not near as good of teams as an Ole Miss is, but they actually blew out Northwestern. Tulane is no doubt one of the best group of 5 teams. It's probably going to come down to them in South Florida for the group of 5 playoff spot. And Jake Retzloff, the quarterback they brought in from BYU less than 2 months before the season began, who did a good job at BYU, has been playing great for them, especially with his legs.
Turner a little bit gimpy after that big game. We'll keep an eye on that. Retzloff takes off under pressure. Has a seam! In a foot race! Retzloff won't be caught today! Touchdown, Tulane!
Last week in their win over Duke, he ran for 111 yards and 4 touchdowns. And then in their win over Northwestern, he ran for 113 and a touchdown. He's a really good quarterback, and that is concerning for the Ole Miss defense after the way they struggled to stop Taylon Green's runs. I do think Retzloff will get some good runs in this game, but I don't think Tulane can stop the Ole Miss offense much because the one game they played besides the 2 Power 4 teams was South Alabama, and they let them score 31 points. And Lane Kiffin has said that Austin Simmons should be healthy this Saturday and be the starting quarterback. But I still wouldn't be surprised if Trinidad Chambliss plays in this game. But I do think Ole Miss is going to be able to run the football in this game with Kaiwan Lacey. And I think Trey Wallace will have another big game at wide receiver. And I do think that this game will be close for a half, maybe even tied at halftime. But I do think in the second half, Ole Miss will pull away and win pretty big. I've got Ole Miss 41 at Tulane at 20. So now Auburn at Oklahoma. So Oklahoma has the quarterback advantage in this game because even though Jackson Arnold has been pretty good at running around this year, John Mateer is really good at that too, and Mateer is a better passer than Arnold is. And Auburn does have a good offensive line and a good run game. That's how they beat Baylor. But Oklahoma's run defense is so good that even though their secondary is good too, you're going to have to be able to throw really well to beat them, I think. And while Auburn does have the wide receivers to be able to do that, Cam Coleman is probably the best receiver in this game. Jackson Arnold still hasn't proven that he can do his part as the quarterback. And now Auburn probably will get one big run in this game, like Michigan did against Oklahoma. But most of the time, I think it's just going to be the running backs falling forward for a yard or two. And I do think that Auburn can probably shut down the Oklahoma running backs. Their front seven, it seems to be pretty good, but I don't think they can really slow down the Oklahoma passing attack. Their secondary really struggled against Baylor. Oklahoma, I think, is the better team, and even though I do think this one will be close, with that and Oklahoma also being the home team, I do have to go with Oklahoma. I've got Oklahoma 28, Auburn at 21. So now Florida at Miami. I think this is going to be the game that ends Billy Napier's career at Florida. I think at this time next week, one of Florida's assistant coaches will be their interim head coach. I was shocked that the spread in this game is only at 7 points. I think Miami easily passes that because Carson Beck is on a different universe, better of a quarterback than DJ Lagway is, and with Miami's defense being a lot better and their defensive line being really good, I think Florida won't be able to do much offensively in this game. I think Lagway will struggle again. Florida's only hope defensively, I think, would be their defensive line. They do have some good players on their defensive line, but Miami's offensive line is one of the best in the country. I think they'll be able to handle the Florida defensive line. All of Miami's starting five on their offensive line are likely going to be draft did. So I think Miami will put up quite a few points in this game, and Malachi Tony has been a superstar for them at wide receiver this year. So there's really no reason to think Florida has much of a chance in this one because Miami just destroyed South Florida, who Florida lost to the week before. I've got Miami getting the win 35-13 over Florida. So now Illinois at Indiana. So this will be the first time this season that Indiana has been tested at all. Illinois got at least somewhat of a test with Duke because Duke is a Power Four team. Luke Altmaier has been playing really well this year. I think this is going to be his best year in college. And they've got a wide receiver that's really come out of nowhere that's been really good for them so far this year. Hank Batty is his name. And they've got two physical running backs, Fegan and Valentine, who have been good for them this year. Now, Illinois' offensive line has been struggling in pass protection some, like they did last year, and that is concerning because Indiana's got probably the best pass rusher in the country, Mikael Kamara, who's going to be a highly drafted player in the next NFL draft. But it is good for Illinois that their secondary is so experienced because Indiana's got two good wide receivers. You've probably heard of Elijah Sarrett and Omar Cooper, the other one, is a very explosive wide receiver who's already got nearly 300 yards this season. But Illinois also has the really good pass rusher, Gabe Jacobs, who already has 3.5 sacks this season.
But it's a different set of players on the other side in this game.
Irvin from the backside. Akis got to him. Illinois pounces on it. Gabe Akis, the preseason All-American, makes the play.
I like both coaches in this game. I think it's going to be a close four-quarter game that might even come down to the last play, but I'm going to stick with my preseason pick, which was Indiana, because they have home field advantage. I've got Indiana 21, Illinois 17. So that will be it with this video. Please subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back soon.